Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Revere Sky, Revere Skyes Essence. So, we have the most vivid dreams these days, as if we're actually living that life completely to the fullest, but it seems like we're operating it with our brain and with our mind, right? It's something to think about. I woke up thinking about, wow, a lot of people do not know that they're lab rats. The richest of the richest, the wealthiest of the wealthiest, the poorest of the poorest, middle class, upper class, whatever. We're all lab rats. And it's up to you to express your free will and your free power and your knowledge and your curiosity over just agreeing with everything. All I could do is think about the horseshoe crab. How they take the horseshoe crab, and because the horseshoe crab is unique and have copper blood, they just drain the life force energy of the horseshoe crab until it can't produce any more blue blood, and then it just throws it overboard, discard it, right? And then you reflect on the indigenous people of the planet versus mankind and humankind. And all I could see was play over and over and over these blood drive ads. Just imagine if people did not go donate their plasma and did not go donate their blood, what would we be going through right now? Like, they overload these commercials as if you're doing a good deed, you're doing a good job, you're saving someone's life. But in reality, you're like draining your life force energy. Another thing, they don't teach you how to replenish your plasma. They don't teach you how to replenish your blood. And then they say, ooh, you can make up to $1,000 in a month. Wait a minute. Why don't you cut out the middleman and just, if you're going to sell your plasma blood, just go sell it to the people who really want it? Before y'all give something away, y'all should go research how much it's going for. Okay? Like, when you think about organ harvesting, organ donors, like, on what level is the clone reality really working, right? Because if it was so simple to just clone an organ or clone the organ of the person who needed. First of all, if it was so simple to take this person's DNA and make a replica of them, first of all, let's say they have a failing organ and you made a replica clone of them. That replica is going to have failing genetics, failing organs. So that's not going to work. Okay. DNA is very, very specific. You know what I mean? It has memory. And if the memory shows something's failing, then there is like a corrupted kernel. A corrupted kernel is when you can't access that part of the hard drive anymore. You can't access that data of the cellular wall anymore because it's corrupted. All I can say about this whole situation is I don't think people are going to wake up to the fact that they are lab rats, that they're being experimented on. And guess what? If you were not dumb to the fact, they would do it by force. They would do it by force. And I said it over and over and over. These people are not paying attention to they're not paying attention to the herbs beneath their feet, their surroundings, or nothing. Do you know my third eye activated again? We're almost at Easter, right? I don't know when Easter is, but we're almost at Easter. And if my third eye is open, that means that our Christ is rising. Our Kundalini is rising. That means that the center of my brain that activates is at its highest peak right now. And it seems like they never do traumatizing dreams. They never really put you in a traumatizing construct. But it seems like they want to traumatize me to shut down my pineal gland. It's like they have the most overwhelming dreams or constructs that make me just want to wake up. It's like they're trying to shut my brain down somehow. Like, why would you do that? Why don't you want me to be able to see? It's sad, but it's true. Y'all need to realize when you're guinea pigs and when you're lab rats on some horrific levels. Also, I lost my train of thought because it was something that I was really wanting to say. There was something I really wanted to say. Yeah, it's Easter. Christ will rise, but it will be the Christ energy within you. This is the time to clean the colon, to detox. Don't eat processed sugars and stuff. Ferment your tea. If you're drinking burdock root and red clover and stuff, let it ferment. Let it sit on the counter about 5 days and ferment. Let it get bubbly. Then drink it. Man, like, I don't know. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Y'all late. Y'all so late on the metaverse game. Let me tell you something. I gotta find the video. But it's somebody out here that can verify my dreams of me talking about them. Because Cosmic Chlorophyll said, let me go through the dream. They must have had me up on a space shuttle. A space shuttle is a levitating spacecraft like science labs, right? And I'm walking through these rooms, and it's all these children with these big old virtual reality goggles on. I spoke about this like 2 years ago. I got to find the video. But they were doing things like swinging bats, throwing balls. But they really didn't need the bat. It's just like they was just putting themselves in position to play the game. This white lady that was a receptionist was observing me, observe them. And I looked, it was just too many. And I don't remember seeing any melanated children. But they were letting me walk. It's something about them observing me, observe what they're doing. They know how far they could go with the promotions and the ads. Is it going to be a culture shock? I'm like one of those people they put out there to see how much of this information we can release into the public without them feeling like it's just outrageously wrong, right? So I'm going from door to door in this facility, and I never asked them to, well, let me put on the goggles. Let me see what they're seeing on the screen. They all had virtual reality goggles on, and it was a clean room. I mean, you walk up to the door, it goes, ching, it just opens up, ching, like smooth, like some Jetsons type thing, like some lab, high-tech type technology for, man-made people, not A-list, but on some high-tech stuff. And finally, I looked at the receptionist, and I looked back at those boys or children, mostly little boys. But I looked back at them, and I seen the exit. And the exit, I walked up to the door slid open, and it was a glass door. And all you could see is white light coming from outside, like it was just going to take me in another part of this laboratory on this spaceship, right? It was like a docking station up in the, up, like at the top of the firmament, like they had a spaceship out there. But as I was leaving, I looked at the lady. She didn't say nothing to me. She didn't say nothing to me. She just let me walk out the door because I did not consent to what I was seeing. But it wasn't like a shock either. I just didn't understand how they had so many children with these virtual reality goggles on, playing these, whatever they was playing in the simulations. I don't know what they were seeing in those virtual goggles, but it seemed very peaceful and it seemed very calm. And it seemed like they was all playing some type of sport, but it was more trying to get the hang of things, because maybe in the setup they was in, the gravity was a little off, even though I was walking around normal from room to room. Maybe when you get on the pad or whatever pad you're on, the gravity is a little different. Something's different. But yeah, I talked about these goggles. I talked about the whole thing. And I don't know if it was Cosmic Chlorophyll, but somebody said, you had every right to go through the door, something like that, or they couldn't stop you. They know you still have your free will. So maybe that person today is still listening to the video when I said I didn't do anything. I just walked through the door. But I explained this exact thing about them having on the virtual reality goggles, and they was doing stuff, and the receptionist, she was observing me, and she never stopped me or said, hold up, wait, you can't go nowhere. She actually let me go through the door or the portal, whatever it was, and I woke up. I've known about these goggles for so long. So there we have it. All I can say is quit being a guinea pig and a lab rat. You can't have fear. When they see you are actively conscious and aware, your DNA not dormant, they fear you. So they try to beat fear into you psychologically through the construct when you're asleep. And, I just laugh at them because it can be overwhelming. You actually think, like, is this the end? Is this the end? Like, you can feel this stuff. It registers with your physical body. But it ain't. It ain't. They're trying their best to warp you psychologically, but they don't know what they're dealing with. They really don't know what they're dealing with. So there we have it, Unearth the Magic. The truth will definitely set you free. I'm still passing around that collections plate, okay? I have a deadline. I have a budget. And if you could support my products, donate on my website, or GoFundMe, please do so. Thank you.